Mr. Speaker, by the direction of the Committee on Rules, I call up House Resolution 529 and ask for its immediate consideration.
The clerk will report the resolution.
House Calendar Number 27, House Resolution 529. Resolved that the House Resolution 503 is hereby referred to the Committee on Homeland Security and in addition to the Committee on the Judiciary.
The gentleman from Texas is recognized for 1 hour.
Mr. Speaker, for the purpose of debate only, I yield the customary 30 minutes to the gentleman from Massachusetts, pending which I yield myself such time as I may consume. During consideration of this resolution, all time yielded is for the purpose of debate only. Mr. Speaker, I ask unanimous consent that all members have 5 legislative days to revise and extend their remarks.
Without objection.
Mr. Speaker, last night the Rules Committee reported a rule to refer H.Res. 503 to the Committee on Homeland Security and Judiciary. H.Res. 503 lays out articles of impeachment against President Joe Biden for his failure to secure the southern border of the United States. Now, we do a lot of things in this body, and we say a lot of things, I certainly do, about our beliefs and about what we think is happening to our country. What we're talking about here is indeed solemn. I mean, we are, in fact, talking about the mechanism provided by the founders in the Constitution of the United States to check and hold the executive branch responsible. The border crisis that we are experiencing today is extremely significant for the people in my home state of Texas. Not just Texas, of course, the entire country, but in particular for the people in my home state of Texas. Since President Biden took office, there have been well over 5 million illegal migrant encounters along the southwest border. More than 204,000 illegal immigrants were encountered at the border in May alone. Now, those numbers are changing post relaxing enforcement of Title 42. 2 million aliens have been released into the interior of the United States. 1.5 million, probably 1.7 million, maybe 2 million now gotaways have been successfully evaded border agents by relatively conservative accounting. Most concerning right now, data that we have shows that 125 individuals from the terrorist watch list have been encountered this fiscal year alone, and that compares to about 98 in all of last fiscal year and about 10 in the last year of the Trump administration. The fact is, the people I represent are sick and tired of a federal government that is abdicating its fundamental duty to defend the border of the United States. That is what is happening. The federal government exists primarily, borderline entirely, but certainly primarily, to defend the United States. That's why it exists. And it is failing to do so, not through maladministration, not through incompetence, but through dereliction of duty and a refusal to actually follow the laws of the United States. The laws of the United States are there expressly and specifically laid out to ensure that our border will be protected, that our nation will be secure. That is the fundamental question before us, is when the executive branch fails to follow the law, when the executive branch fails to adhere to its duty to defend the Constitution and the laws of the United States, then what is it that the Congress, that the People's House, is supposed to do in response? The founders gave us a mechanism. And here today we are talking about putting forward and referring these articles to the Homeland Security Committee for determination of the extent to which the homeland is in fact not secure as a direct consequence of the refusal of the administration, well beyond maladministration, but very specifically the refusal to follow the laws of the United States that is resulting in the direct consequence of the death and damage to the American people.
It is official, ladies and gentlemen. The impeachment debates have officially begun in the House of Representatives. You just listened. That was a big part of Chip Roy's speech why Joe needs to be impeached. He's focusing on the border, among many other things that are going wrong right now and where Biden is clearly not following the law, breaking the law. He needs to be impeached. Kamala needs to be impeached. McCarthy become president for the next year and a half, and then Trump takes over and makes America great again.